Hello, and welcome to the Energy Connect studio at ADIPEC 2023. I'm delighted to have once again in the studio Jean-Christophe Bernardini, Managing Director and Partner, Poster Consulting Group. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Thank you for welcoming me.
Now, how, in your opinion, can data analytics improve operations and maintenance?
Yeah, it improves drastically in operations and maintenance. And we see that today, leveraging the mountain of data that operation in upstream in particular, for example, can be leveraged to create a lot of value, a lot of economic impact, but as well supporting the decarbonization effort and exercise. And actually, we have seen as well during all the different discussion, and we did recently an analysis with the different investors, where we see, for example, HSBC stating that digital and technology and analytic insight can drive huge value for the overall value chain in operation. We see as well Barclays that confirm that through implementing digital technology, we can reduce the unit cost by $3 per barrel, which could be the equivalent of more than $160 billion. Or we have as well the World Economic Forum that identified that potential value through an end-to-end integration of digital technology within the different operations can drive massive value, so more than $275 billion, focusing on production optimization, but as well drilling and operations.
That's really interesting. And, AI is rapidly advancing. And how much growing influence can it have on, upstream operators to enhance their assets and their operations?
It's a massive influence. Why? Because through the overall value chain, AI and technology can drive impact within the exploration, within drilling, within reservoir management, by reducing the non-productive time, by enhancing the well productivity, for example. And definitively, AI and technology drive massive impact, but as well on workforce effectiveness, by automating operation, leveraging as well technology like remote operation, automated control that drive this effectiveness, and in the same time reduce the risk exposure for our personnel or offshore or onshore on the different facilities. But it drives as well the true decarbonization effort, because nowadays we need to make sure that, and the operator in overall, accelerating, I would say, the development of those technology in order to be more efficient, but as well take into consideration the overall decarbonization effort that make us to produce clean barrel and to be as well very resilient in terms of overall performance.
Yes, and that was one of my next questions. Safety, is always paramount in the energy industry, and AI, but other technologies, automation, could have a real impact on bringing safety, increasing safety.
Completely. In particular, when we speak about remote safety or supporting, for example, the emergency response, either by leveraging video analytic or leveraging drone and different type of technology in order to make our operator more secure, more safe within the development of the operation. We see as well some very interesting development in terms of prediction of the risk exposure, while by being able to integrate different sources of information, like for example, making sure that if we know that within the next 3-4 months we will have an increase of activities, an increase of CMOPs, how do we evaluate the risk associated with the different information, where we are following up as well the HSE performance, consolidating as well the different integrity threats that we have to manage in our assets. So consolidating all those different data allow us to get some predictive, so identify some potential risk for the future, and identify and be more aware regarding the mitigation measure that we have to implement to protect our personnel in our different operations.
Absolutely. And you mentioned earlier about decarbonization, but meeting sustainability goals, implementing digitalization or digital journey is going to be so important to that.
It's completely important, because effectively here the industry is more and more complex with the different constraints. We have to deal with market uncertainty, and we have to meet our decarbonization effort. And the overall industry is mobilizing in order to reach those targets. That's why technology here, digital, can really support this different objective. And we have seen many cases leveraging drone and video in order to anticipate or to evaluate or to monitor the potential leak that we see in our installation, optimizing as well our flaring, or as well implementing specific technology in order to make sure that we are optimizing our methane emission from a clear baselining in order to understand where do we stand, in order to evaluate the overall performance of our equipment. If we speak about compressor, if we speak about all the different critical equipment that could drive some methane emission, but here controlling, defining a baseline, and as well implementing the required measure in order to reduce the impact and meet our objective and our targets in terms of methane reduction.
Absolutely. And, just before we go, we're here at ADIPEC.
Yeah.
They have a digitalization zone, but it's a decarbonization theme as well. So, again, those two things are seen here at ADIPEC.
Completely. Today, we see definitively that it's hand in hand. So, basically, all the different efforts are considering these different elements. Let me taking a specific example. When we drive a production target, we need to make sure that we are evaluating all the different constraints that we have in our plans. Like, for example, and we speak about the choke model. Okay, what are the different constraints regarding export, but as well as constraints from our reservoir, a constraint of our capacity. But in addition, an additional constraint is clearly integrated related to our decarbonization. How we make sure that within the operating envelope, we are operating our equipment, our process at the right level in order to foster productivity and gains, but as well reach our target objective in terms of decarbonization and overall performance.
Absolutely, Jean-Christophe. Well, thanks a lot for coming down to the Energy Connect studio. I've enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I look forward to bringing more studio interviews from the show floor in the coming days.